Good morning. This will probably be a very short video because I haven't charged up the battery on the camera. As you can see, it's a rare day in the UK where it's actually sun shining and I'm in the garden. But because I don't like the sun on my head, I'm wearing my Skiathos sun hat. Knew it'd come in handy if I kept it. What am I doing today? Well, I've got my crochet here in my bag that I got off eBay. And I'm crocheting about something with this, which I'll show you at a later date. I've come out here to take some photographs, basically, ready for Etsy. I've discovered that the sweater that Sue left, you know, the overtop, has a tail dangling, and then I've got to sew the buttons on the, you know, the bright coloured top, and also I've got to block this cardigan for Amy and sew a button on it, and sit here with my handy dandy tweezers, because don't ask me how, it looks like one of the dogs has shook himself all over it. Oh. I do my best. I wear an apron, I stay away from anywhere where the dogs have been, and don't ask me why, but the navy blues and the blacks of this world always get covered in dog hair, and I have to sit there and tweezer them. So I'm out here, I've got my, oops, this is what I use for a sewing box. It's actually an artist carry box, but it's got all the little spaces inside where you can put your bobbins of thread and everything. I've got my scissors, which are lovely, but they're more like children's scissors, they're a bit blunt-handed. Alright for snipping threads, but they wouldn't be any good for sewing. And I've also got my little container, again I got these off eBay, with my sewing needles in. If you're wondering what this is just a little piece of crochet. I got sick of trying to fish them out the bottom of the container. I've also got my little chibi needles. I've got those, and I've got these, which are quite handy if you're just going out for the day. You can just pop them in your handbag. I've also got some plastic needles in there as well, and my ordinary hand sewing needles, which I will need for stitching on the buttons. So I haven't got much to say really today. So this is a cardigan for Amy. It's from the, wouldn't you know it, Doris Chan Everyday Crochet book, and it's sort of a mix-up of about 3 different patterns. It's got edgings on. She wanted a white edging, but I put navy on the edge of it as well, just to edge it over properly. It didn't look quite right somewhere with just white, so I put a bit of navy on it. So I'm going to sit here in the sunshine with my tweezers. Oh, great fun, tweezing off dog hair. So sorry Amy if you still get a few dog hairy bits. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to it. I suspect somebody small came near it and shook himself, but I don't really know what happened. Sorry about the washing as well, but in the UK you have to make the best of a nice sunny day, and I love to dry my washing outside when it's like this. I've got the garden clear up duty to do, which any of you who have dogs know what I'm talking about. But apart from that, I'm going to stay out here for as much of the day as I can, because I planned to do it yesterday, but the day turned a bit iffy. I think it rained. I don't know whether it did rain or whether it just threatened it, but it went very dull. And it may do that this afternoon, although the forecast is for sun. So what have I got to do really? I haven't got anything. I will do another video because I've got to make 2 shawls, you know, in the different fancy threads and different threads. I've got to make 2 of those. So I will reach down the boxes, but I didn't get around to in my video about Flash the Stash. I bought those from Ice, you know, as mixed bags. So they're all different assortments, so I have to sort of take into consideration. I put the plains in between these, and I think them all out, you know, before I start them. I've got a black shawl to start with as well, and I've got a pink cardigan. And in between all that, I want to make something for my grandniece. Because it's coming summer weather, and I saw that little pattern, if you remember, that I liked so much that I want to do for her for the summer. So I've got my water. Although, well, thanks Cheryl, because Cheryl sent me this. And well, there's been a couple of bits of sad news this week, not me personally, but from people that I know off YouTube. So hello to Kristen and Erin, and I'm so sorry about your loss. And it's the same with Cheryl, I'm so sorry about the loss of your dad. And it's hard, isn't it, when you lose someone? I mean, my dad and my mum had passed away a long time ago, but it's still hard. And I still do think about them quite a lot. My dad more than any of them. I know it sounds terrible. You shouldn't have a favourite, should you? But my dad was the handy-dandy fix-it man. So every time something goes wrong and something's wobbling, I still think I'll get Dad to fix this. And it's a bit silly because he's been gone now. Oh gosh, it must be about 20 years since he passed. But I always think of him when there's anything to be fixed, because he was Mr. Fix-It. Often Mr. Budgie, but he was Mr. Fix-It. It did get fixed. Didn't always look very pretty when he'd finished with it, but he did fix it. He was one of those where if a yard of, you know, like sticky tape, what do you call it? That? Oh, I can't think what his name is. The sticky tape, anyway, that you put around things. And if a yard would do, he would put 3 yards on it just to be sure, you know. So you'd have a repair done with this big lump that looked like a snake who'd swallowed a whatever. But it worked after he'd done it, it worked. And I've still got this froggy throat. I still can't get the doctor to take me seriously, even though I have had nodules lasered off before. But, you know, I was watching a programme on the other day when they were saying about people not being diagnosed, you know, in time for things. And I mean, I've had precancerous nodules lasered off my throat about, oh, it must be, I don't know, about 15 years ago. And they did say that they might return, and I had to be careful. That even though I'm not a smoker, this could still, you know, turn funny. And I keep telling my GP this, and it's just like water rolling off a duck's back. You know, sometimes my GP, he just does not take me seriously at all. I think he's got me down as one of these hypochondriacal women that finds things wrong. You know, I sit on Google and discover I've got a symptom, but no, it's the other way around actually. I have the symptom first, and then I try Googling it. But actually I didn't need to Google this one because I know what this is. It's nodules on my throat. Well, on my voice box actually. Apparently they're teeny tiny, they're like little grains of sand. And he just looked in my throat as if he was looking at a sore throat and said, oh, it looks okay to me. I rest my case. If you never had money, I would go and have a head to toe, whatever done, find out once and for all what's causing all these problems with me. But I'm not going to moan because it's a beautifully sunny day. And for once my wrists are fine because the sun's shining on them. Yeah. I really want to win the lottery. I mean, just think of all the stash I would buy if I won the lottery. But mostly because I could then move somewhere warm. You know, I mean, obviously I'd see to my family as well, but move somewhere warm. But seeing as the most I've ever won in my life on the lottery has been £42, it's not going to happen, is it? Anyway, horoscope today says I'm going to find romance, so I'm looking around to see if there's anybody around that I can romance, but as I don't plan on leaving the house today, that's not going to happen either, is it? Anyway, enough of me waffling. I'll just say goodbye for now, and then I will charge up the batteries, and I will definitely do a stash update on the things that I skipped over. But it won't be today because I am not wasting this lovely day because it's so beautiful and I'm staying outside. So, bye for now.